welcome back to Books, Words and Coffee, and today's video are some of my favourite books. I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the books I love the most. Today's books, I've got 5 in total for you guys. So these are all recommendations. I'm telling you to read these books because they are amazing and I love them to death. They are all 5 stars in my world. One of them is not technically a novel, it is a play in novel format, but I love them all to death and I really think you guys should read these books. If not, well, that's up to you. But these are 5 of my favourite books. So we will start off with the play, and that is A Streetcar Named Desire by Tennessee Williams. Now I read and got this book for the first time back when I was in year 10 doing literature. This is the play that we chose as a class to read and study. And year 10, how long ago was that? 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 years ago. I've had this book for 6 years and I read it a bunch of times. The pages, like, it looks old on the inside, like it's getting to look old from where I haven't torn any of the pages, it hasn't gotten wet or anything. It still looks pretty good from the outside, but it's got the creases and stuff from reading, as paperbacks generally do get. But A Streetcar Named Desire is just an amazing, well-written story. I've seen the movie version. I've sadly never seen the play in real life. I would love to see the play in real life. I feel it would be absolutely fan-friggin-tastic. If you do not know what Streetcar Named Desire is about, it is about a young woman named Blanche who travels to visit her sister Stella and her husband Stanley. I don't want to go into too much detail, otherwise it will make this video really long. But it has a lot of drama. It's about family, about love, dealing with your own issues and all that type of stuff. It's a fantastic play. If you have not read it or even watched it, make sure you do. And if you do watch the movie adaptation, make sure you go back to like the older ones where it's like black and white, not newer versions, because the older ones, they may be black and white, the quality might not be as fantastic as today's, but they are so good. Like, they're just better retellings, they stick true to the play, and it's just amazing. But please read this book. My second favourite book of today is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. If you've not heard of this book, where have you been? It is a classic. I love this story. It is interesting. It's, I don't know, I get so into it. Now, before I read the book, I did watch the movie starring Ben Barnes called just Dorian Gray, which is okay, an okay adaptation. I feel the book though is way better, as generally movie to book adaptations will go. The movie on its own isn't terrible, but then again it's not fantastic either. I do love Ben Barnes. I think he's a good actor, but I think the movie could have been better done. But today's not about the movie, it's about the book. And if you've never heard the story, The Picture of Dorian Gray is based on Dorian Gray, who after has a self-portrait painted, ends up trading his soul to the devil to stay young and beautiful, never aging, nothing affects him, he doesn't change at all. All effects transfer to his self-portrait. And so he lives the lie, like, you know, he hides the portrait, he becomes this selfish person who just does whatever his heart desires. And as the book goes on, it wears on him and he has to deal with the people around him, realising he's not aging and falling in real love and things like that. Like, it's an amazing story with just, I think it's great. I love it so much, I'm lost for words, I don't know how to describe it. It's just fantastic. I love Oscar Wilde's writing in this book. I've never actually read anything else by Oscar Wilde. I think I need to, because I really do love The Picture of Dorian Gray. But again, as I said, for A Streetcar Named Desire, if you have not read this book, read this book. It is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. The third book out of my favourites today is this wonderful, amazing book, An Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Taib. This book is absolutely amazing. And I have the sequel in my massive TBR pile that's sitting beside my bed to be read. I have the sequel and I'm really, really, really anxious to read it, as I am with many of the sequels I have. But this book is simply amazing. This is one of the quick, like, it's a thick book. It's not exactly thin, but I flew through it. I could not put this book down. I was slightly addicted to this book. I kept reading it in class, getting told off by my teacher. But it's so good. If you do not know the story of An Ember from the Ashes, it is based on two characters. You have Leia, or Leia, I never know how you pronounce her name. I always said Leia in my head. It's just the way my brain worked. If that is wrong, I am sorry, but that is how I pronounced it. She was born as a scholar in the book, and as a scholar, they are the people, like, they're like poor people, the underlings, nobody really cares about you. You're like poor, slavering type of people. And she's always lived in fear, but she doesn't want to live in fear. She wants to have her own choices in life. She wants to do whatever she wants and marry who she wants, like those type of choices. And then you have Elias, who was born into the Empire, like, he's an Empire's elite soldier, he's in training, he's in an academy, and he's training to become a mask, which are like the most deadly assassin soldiers in the world. And the two of them cross, meet paths, and together they have to survive and make choices. And it's just a very intricate, very well written plot, with the world building was just fantastic. Sabate has created an amazing world that I loved and I cannot wait to get back into. The characters as well, so good. I loved Elias more than I loved Leia, whatever, Lara, whatever you want to call it. I did enjoy Elias' story more, but I still think they're both good characters and that you need to read this book. I'm going to say that after every book. You need to read them all. Just read them all. The next book is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. This book, this series actually, is one of my favourite series in the whole world at the moment. This book is fantastic. This book is amazing. It is just so good. As I said with like An Ember in the Ashes, world building is top notch. It is absolutely fan-friggin-tastic. And I can just not get enough of this series. The characters, just everything is amazing. This story is about a young girl named Margaret whose parents create a device known as the Firebird, which is a device that allows the wearer to travel in between dimensions or universes, whatever you want to call it. So it's almost like alternate realities, or whatever word you wish to describe them as. It allows the person to travel in between, and Margaret has to travel between these dimensions to try and help and save her family. And the series is just amazing. Claudia Gray has not created only one world, but she's created multiple worlds which our characters travel in between, and it is just amazing how she has done it. She creates these unique and diverse worlds with every alternate universe that the characters jump between, and it's just so good. Like, I could see these worlds so clearly that I'm like sometimes I was like, that would be really cool if that was real, or no, I'd hate to live in that world. That world would be horrible. But it's just amazing the detail she puts into her storylines, and this book is just absolutely fantastic. It is just, oh my gosh. And I know I keep repeating myself a lot by saying these are fantastic, it's amazing, but these are my favourite books, and they really are. Well, I believe they really are. Like, these are just the best. And Claudia Gray, she's just got some amazing, talented writing skills right there. And this series is absolute proof. I want to find more of her work to read. It's just so good. And last, but certainly not least, is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. If you have not heard about this book, get your head out of the book gutter and go and read this amazing story. V.E. Schwab, or Victoria Schwab, as she has been published in many other books, created a story about a man or a warlock or a wizard, what do you call him? A magician. Sorry, that's the word, magician, called Kel, who is a very unique magician. He is like one of the last of his kind, and he can travel again between alternate universes. And there's multiple Londons that he travels between, doing errands for the king and queen. This series is absolutely friggin' amazing. I do have the third in the trilogy, and I'm excited to read the third one in the trilogy. It's not a little bit exciting, it's very exciting, because the characters and the detail and everything is absolutely amazing. This book also does have multiple point of views. You also meet Delilah, who is the female lead in this story, and she has a whole unique plot of her own. She is human from a different London. She's born from Grey London, which is like our everyday world. No magic, no nothing. We're just simple humans, don't have anything special like that. That is what Delilah is from, whereas Cal is from a land of magic and beauty, which is known as Red London. It's just a very, very good, unique, interesting story that has an amazing world building, amazing plot line, and amazing characters all together. So there you have it. They are my 5 favourite books for this video. I have many, many more favourite books, and I might make another video in the future, you never know, of more favourite books. We'll see what happens. But today, that is today's video. If you would like to check out my last video, you can click up the top. It was my wrap up for March and my TBR for April. And if you would like to check out my last/first book review, you can click right here. It was The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon and evening wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. So bye!